Hey, church family, thanks for taking a moment to tune in. We are here today with Family Promise, a ministry, an organization right here in our own county doing a wonderful work. And I'm excited to just to introduce them to you and let you know what they're doing right here in our county and how we can be a help and a blessing to them, because they're a help and a blessing to a whole lot of folks. And so I'm here with Diane and Sherry. And so just first and foremost, tell us a little bit just about yourself and how are you native to the area or whatever you'd like for us to know. And we promise we won't haunt you on Facebook or anything.
Right. I'm Sherry Erie. I'm the director of Family Promise. I was here when we opened in November of 2015. I am a native of Shenandoah County, born and raised here, went through Shenandoah County Public Schools. I retired after 31 years as a teacher and administrator in Shenandoah County Public Schools. I was enjoying retirement, but then Family Promise came into being, and there was a real God nudge that I needed to come here. And so I've been here ever since. It's been an absolutely amazing journey. I have Diane to thank for being a partner with me along this journey. We've learned a lot, and we've got some great stories to tell, and we appreciate everybody's support.
Yeah. Diane?
And I'm Diane Pence. I was born and raised in Northern Virginia, but I've lived in Frederick County and Shenandoah County now for the last 35 or so years. Retired from Valley Health in 2015. That time, Family Promise was just starting up, and I knew I wanted to be a part of Family Promise. There was no job or anything. I started out volunteering with our church, Antioch Church of the Brethren. And then as soon as there was a job opening, I applied, and Sherry hired me, and it has been a wonderful experience. God has opened so many doors for us, and I'm sure we'll get into that as we go through the interview. But it's I love working here, and it's a great asset to Shenandoah County.
That is wonderful. So it just sort of dawned on me that it's fairly new.
Right,
I mean, as organizations go, 2015.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe a broader view first, a bird's eye view of what exactly is what that you do.
We're a part of Family Promise National. So we were fortunate to be the 200th affiliate that opened in November. We had the founder, Karen Olson, out of New Jersey. She came and was our keynote speaker when we opened, had our great celebration. And so as part of the national organization, we benefit from being a part of that. We get lots of information. A lot of other affiliates are older than we are, so if we have a question, we've got lots of input and ways to fix problems and solutions and those kinds of things. We do serve families with children. That is one of our requirements, that you have a child under the age of 18.
Okay.
Family structure can look any way the family defines itself, married, unmarried. It could be a pregnant mom with expecting the first child. And we just welcome those families to come here, experiencing homelessness usually, or on the verge of homelessness.
Okay.
We provide shelter. Since the pandemic, that's changed a little bit, so it might be a motel stay. We do have some transitional housing units that we can put a family in on a short-term basis. And then we provide intense case management. We look at budgeting skills. We help them get a job. We work on getting that permanent housing in place. And then we're also here to help support once they can move. If they can move into an apartment or a house, then we have some funds that we can help pay that first month's deposit or the rent or what they need to get them started. And then we're here for the long haul too. We have lots of families that come back just to share good news, just to tell us stories. As Diane said, share pictures of their kids. So it's a real wraparound program.
Yeah. So you've got the sort of the urgent, tonight I need help, and also this longer term transitional housing where you can set somebody up for, and then work, not just working with them about housing, but like in general, the budget, all of that. Sometimes I'm assuming that they find themselves in that situation, maybe some poor choices. Other times it wasn't their choice at all. So you don't filter those out. It's just they're in need, and we want to help.
And that's what we're here for,
Yeah.
to help, particularly with children.
Absolutely.
We want to change that life, that projection of what could happen with a child that experiences long-term homelessness.
Absolutely.
So if we can be there to have that support and get them back on their feet, that's what we want to do.
Yeah. What kind of need and you just serve Shenandoah County, or
Over half of our
Yeah.
clients or guest families come from Shenandoah County, but we have also served other areas. Page
Okay.
County is probably the next highest.
Right.
We've
Okay.
had a few from, some from Frederick County.
so in other words, it's not a requirement that you're, yeah.
We
that
found
you
that homelessness
claim-
has no boundaries.
Right.
You may be homeless in Frederick County, but often we found that they have ties to Shenandoah County.
Right.
There's some reason that they're calling here.
Yeah.
And so as long as they're willing to work with us and be a part of our program, we don't always,
Right.
that's not a requirement that,
Yeah.
that you're from Shenandoah County.
Yeah.
We look at the need, we look at the situation,
Yeah.
and we always do it on an individual basis.
Yeah. And I think we were talking just a little bit earlier. If you've never experienced anything like that, it may be right in front of you and you not know it. What would you say the need is in the county for folks who are watching, whose heart is being stirred and touched and want to help, but maybe have just never felt like, oh, it's not inner city, and it's not, and we don't see folks like literally on the street or a park bench, but it's here. We know it's here, and I don't know that I'm, let's say, asking for a number or whatever, but just like what's the need here in our county?
Well, in the school system, a parent has to self-report if they're homeless.
Okay.
That gives them some benefits if they fill out that form. But often in the school system, parents aren't going to say that because there's embarrassment.
Sure.
There's a fear that maybe their children will be taken away from them. So the number in the school system is always, I always said it was low because, again, parents have to report. And so, in the school system in a given year, there may be 40-some children that are identified as homeless. I would say that number is at least probably doubled or more than that because, again, parents don't want to say they're
Yeah.
homeless. And again, we don't see them, but one of the things that we learned really early on is drive through the Walmart parking lot, say at 2, 3 in the morning, and check out the number of cars that are parked in the Walmart parking lot. And there are probably families and individuals sleeping in their cars. And again, they're not standing on the street corner. They're not piled up with their blankets and their shopping carts.
Right.
But there are homeless folks out there all
Yeah.
around.
And to me, the number, if you said 40 kids in a court, that just seems super high to me, right? I
Right.
mean, so
Right.
in other words, there's great need.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And the number of people that are, doubled up and actually causing the family that they're staying with to be potentially homeless because they shouldn't have an extra family in their apartment with them or whatever. It's really really a high number, I think. And we've had families come to us that were camping in national parks and the summertime they were camping, and then it's time for the kids to go to school, and they've got to hurry up and find a place to live so they can get their kids in school. It's
Yeah.
very surprising.
Yeah.
There's several bridges I know of around here where people are living under the bridges.
Right. And like you were just saying, when you think of homeless, it's not just the person literally without a place to stay. They may have a place to stay, but they're staying somewhere where they are straining the resources there. So okay, I have a place tonight, but it's limited, and I'm actually putting a strain there.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and so we
Right.
need to be,
Right.
lift up our eyes and look around.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things about one of the HUD definitions is that if you pay for your motel room, you're not considered homeless.
Okay.
So if you are living in like an extended stay motel and working, the problem with that, of course, is all your money is going into that weekly bill,
Right.
and so you can't save money. But you're not really considered homeless because you're paying for it.
I
Now,
see.
Family Promise pays for the motel, then you could be considered homeless. But
Gotcha.
there are just some definitions, some things out there that probably need to be changed
Yeah.
to be able to meet the need and really identify the problem
Yeah.
fully. So
And to help many of us who, because it's not right in front of us
Right.
and we don't see it,
right.
and feel that on a day-to-day basis, but that doesn't mean it's not there.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So a couple of things. So for the person that might watch this and have need of the service, what would they do? What do they need to do? Who do they need to contact? What's a number?
Just call our office.
Okay.
540-459-4599.
Okay.
We work on a real low barrier
Okay.
status. So again, just call us. We'll have you talk to Diane, the other Diane. We have two Dianes here.
Okay.
Our case manager, and we have an intake form. We'll go through that process. She'll get information, and then we sit down as a team to see what we can do,
Okay.
how we can help that family.
And then the folks that will be watching who would like to get involved, what different levels of involvement? Obviously, support, financial, volunteering. I'm assuming go to the website, and is there a place to like log in and say, this is who I am and how
We
I can
don't
help?
have that right now, but just
Okay.
give the office a call, the same number.
Okay.
Our website is ShenandoahFamilyPromise.org.
Yeah.
And that'll tell a little bit more about our program, and give some people ideas about where they might want to become involved. We have just started up our volunteering program again because we were
Right.
shut down during COVID, and we've had lots of groups come in and help us out. The cleaning up our playground area, doing some landscaping for us, helping sort donations and that sort of thing. So
Okay.
we're just kind of putting our toe back into the volunteering. But
Yeah.
and we're having an event coming up on June 26th called Night Without a Bed.
I saw that on the
Oh, the electronic
digital sign. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good.
Tell us
and
about that.
It would be great if folks could get involved. It helps raise awareness of homelessness in our community, and we're raising funds for the program. And so, again, if you go to our website, there's a spot to click on and learn more about it, and where you can register.
Okay.
And so we would love for people to participate in that. It's,
right.
We've done several events like that before, and it really, it's very educational for the
Yeah.
participants.
Good. So we'll put a link to that
Great.
in this video clip. Is there a I don't want to use the word urgent, but is there a pressing need right now that'd be like, well, if we could, if I could just make sure everybody's aware of what? I mean,
We could do some bed pillows. I know that sounds like a small thing.
no,
but,
that's good.
New bed pillows.
Okay.
Would be yeah.
Wonderful. And what kind, where, and where should they drop them off?
Regular size would be great, and you can just bring it right here to the center.
Okay. Yeah. And the address here where we are?
781 Spring Parkway.
781 Spring Parkway. Tucked away right over here in the
Right
town of
behind
Woodstock.
Yeah.
Been around here a good while, and first time I think I've ever noticed the
back.
Oh, wow.
building. Right.
So we're
So,
right behind the hospital.
Yeah.
yeah. Anything else that I didn't ask that I should have asked that you want to?
Just thank you for getting our
Yeah,
message
we
out.
appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we appreciate what you do. And so, church family, take a look at Family Promise, and you'll hear more about them from us at our church. And I appreciate you taking the time to tune in and to listen and to hear not just them, but to hear the voice of the Lord as He speaks to your heart about how we can be a help and a blessing to our neighbors.
Yeah, our prayers would be your prayers would be greatly
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah.
God has opened many doors, and we know it's because of
Amen.
our prayer
Right.
warriors.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we'll cut a deal with it. You pray for us,
Right.
and we'll certainly be praying over you.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you. Thanks.
Thank you.